I don't like how Patreon tells you that people unsubscribed.
I know. I don't care.
Don't tell me.
That's their business.
I don't think that we should take it personally. I think maybe people got caught up in the moment and then they were like, I can't give these idiots $8 a month. I get it.
I don't get it. And I do take it personally.
No, we're not mad at you. Come back whenever you're ready.
Hey, since we're already talking about it, come back and join us at the $1 level. You don't get any goodies, but you get to help us.
You get the goodies of the heart, which is called love.
It's called supporting arts and culture. It's called arts funding. Ever heard of it, Congress? Nice. Let them have it.
I let him have it. I hit him with the bing, bang, bong.
Bing, bang, bong.
Welcome to Text Me Back, a show that should probably land on a tagline since it's really hard to think of something funny to say here every week. I'm Lindy West.
And I'm Megan Hatcher-Mays, and I wrote that. Text Me Back is an independent podcast that relies 100% on Patreon subscriptions to exist. So please consider supporting us at patreon.com/textmebackpod. On today's show, we're going to bring back two beloved segments, 2 Minutes Hate, which has been reduced to 1 minute hate for algorithmic reasons, and I Can Fix Her, a segment where we buy things to make ourselves feel better and to fix our whole lives. But first, tidings. Glad tidings. Glad tidings.
Glad tidings. Do you have it? Glad tidings. Tidings.
Yep, that's the song.
Oh, Megan, pre-tidings tiding. Did you see that we got a voicemail on the best friend party phone saying that someone solved the mystery of why there's chicken bones everywhere? And the answer fits beautifully into our lore because the answer was, do you have them? Rats.
Rats.
That's a deep cut from the lore.
Yeah. Rats. They don't sleep, don't eat. You know. That's how it goes. Anyway, rats.
So that's who did it. That's who did the bones.
That's who did the chicken crime. What's your real tiding?
My real tiding is the big boy version of that last tiding.
Oh.
Which is that, you thought it was weird that the answer to the chicken bone mystery was something that we had an inside joke about on the show 18 weeks ago, which was just Megan saying the word rats in a funny voice?
Rats.
Just you wait, sister. Shit gets crazier and crazier every day.
Every time I log into the email, every time I check the best friend party phone, it's like connections are being made, webs are being woven, yarns are being spun, bro. It's crazy. This podcast is crazy.
The synchronicity, the cosmic providence that is shaping and steering this podcast.
Honestly, I know you're about to get into it, but the fact that just last week we talked about Divine Providence.
I know.
And we adopted a new tidings song that's literally from heaven. And then this happens?
Okay, are we getting red-pilled again? Because did we talk about the Messiah and we celebrated him with tidings? And then...
This is Christian Girl Autumn all over again.
All over again. Here we go.
Oh no, we're converting. Oh no.
But this is a deep teaser.
Yeah.
That we can't talk about yet. But we had another absolutely insane coincidence come into the party phone just last week that is a slow burn long-term project that we are actively working on. It is a homegrown mystery that has absolutely blown our minds with the coincidence of it. You'll find out more about that hopefully in the next month or so. We were still reeling from that. The mystery that we cannot yet name. And then into the email this morning comes okay, I'm just going to read it to you. If you haven't listened to last week's episode, go listen to the first segment, like the first 15, 20 minutes of the show. And we play two songs that were submitted by listeners. The first one is a snappy little choral number by a cool cat known as Handel. What's his first name? Frideric?
I don't know.
Joseph?
Werner?
This is probably Varnar from Handel's Messiah, sent in by our dear friend Robert. And it says glad tidings, glad tidings, glad tidings over and over. Glad tidings, glad tidings, glad tidings, glad tidings, glad tidings. Then we play a second number sent in by a listener. This was actually composed, arranged, and recorded by a listener named Steven. And this was a theme song for our brand new and most important segment we've ever done, segment Pubes.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes like this.
Segment Pubes.
It goes like that.
So it goes like that. The episode came out, and then we received an email from Steven himself. Segment Pubes, Steven. Lindy, Meagan, Robert. I gotta connect some dots right now because my brain is exploding at the opening of this TMB episode. Here's an approximate timeline. 2002-ish. Lindy and Robert sing together in the Occidental Glee Club. 2004. Robert and Steven sing together in the Occidental Glee Club. 2024, Robert and Steven, with no communication between them, both submit songs to Lindy's MacArthur Genius Grant winning, in the future, podcast, Text Me Back, and appear in the exact same episode. Same segment, Meagan.
It's great. I'm losing my mind.
2025, Lindy, Meagan, Robert, Andrew, and Steven go to Edinburgh and sing Messiah and segment Pubes together at the TGI Fridays to great critical acclaim. Absolutely true.
1,000%.
So, I'm sorry, just to reiterate, Steven and Robert know each other, and we were all in the same Glee Club.
And these two beautiful gentlemen sent us songs at the same time that appeared on the podcast the same way. I got this email and I was like, goodbye. What are you talking about?
And then Steven continues to write this beautiful tribute to Robert.
Yeah.
Essentially, Robert was Steven's mentor and taught him everything he knows. And now Steven is a choir conductor.
I know.
There's so much synchronicity going on here that I can't even really process it.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I love the mentorship angle of it because it's like, man, without Robert, we would have never had segment Pubes. You know what I mean?
Yes. Robert is the grandfather of segment Pubes.
Wow.
Robert is patient zero. Robert is the reason why segment Pubes went airborne. Choral arranging went airborne. It came out of the vent.
Yeah. Whooshy, whooshy, whooshy. Dustin Hoffman was like, oh! And it was segment Pubes. Robert is segment Puge, which is people using good ethics and systems.
Yes. Segment Puget.
Segment Puget.
Oui, oui.
This podcast is intergalactic. We didn't even set out to solve that mystery, and yet the mystery was solved.
Yeah.
We just can't stop solving mysteries, whether we are aware of the mystery or not.
It's so true. In fact, Meagan, didn't we solve another mystery this week? Just without even trying.
Yeah, we did. So my tiding, which I'm so annoyed about, is so when I was in Seattle back in February, we hung out a bunch. And at one point we were going through your old photo albums. And we came across a page in this photo album of this random party that we must have gone to in 2002, 2003, something like that. And for some reason, you had put in the photo album pictures of me with these people that we have never seen before and never saw again. I think this is pretty common, especially maybe when you're in your 20s, go to parties and you become best friends with a single person there. And for the 2 hours, you two are inseparable. You're sisters. You're the mother that each other never had. And then you leave the party and you never see them again.
I used to call those my night friends.
Yeah. So these pictures are really funny because it's our arms are draped around each other. There's this one guy in particular who I did not recognize at all. And I was like, I have a vague memory of that party and that person. I remember that being kind of a gas, but it's so funny that you not only got these photos printed out, but preserved them.
I know.
In a photo album to revisit. But I'm I don't know this guy's name. I don't know anything about him. I just remember for that one night, we were best friends.
You're having the time of your life in these pictures.
Yeah.
This is before digital cameras. There is just something so funny. I'm sure I had this exact moment at the time where I got the film back from the drugstore and I was like, who is this? What is this? And that's funny every time. I have other versions of that. One time, our friend Leah and I went with our moms to Catalina Island and we went and did karaoke. And we have like a whole roll of film of us with the karaoke host and the karaoke star who was like a Frank Sinatra impersonator. One of those situations where like, yeah, having a jokey pal around with the Frank Sinatra impersonator. And then eventually the Frank Sinatra impersonator takes it too far and is asking for Leah's number. Like, okay, man, you made it not fun.
Oh, no. Now I'm having a bad time.
It's just a funny thing that happens. It's like, what were we doing in the night? Look, we made a best friend.
Yeah, so we made this video where we're both dying, laughing hysterically, looking at this photo album. And we made this video and I say something like, who is this man? Like, if you're this man, are you doing okay? Because it looks like we made best friends at a party in 2003. So wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. And then you say something like, you're in my photo album. I hope that's okay. But, you know, nothing personal. It was just like, isn't this so funny that we thought this was worth saving for the historical record, you know?
Right. Isn't it so funny, the stuff that you get up to in your 20s? And there's also something funny. This is kind of meta, but I feel like, especially now in hindsight, when every single moment of everything is documented and you don't even look at any of the pictures.
I know.
But back when film was precious, I was clearly like, well, gotta put these in the album.
Yeah, you can't throw printed photographs in the trash.
Right.
You know?
The joke is, why do I have all these pictures of Meagan being best friends with the random man?
Exactly. So I posted it on our Instagram because I thought it was funny. And it was objectively very funny. Many people enjoyed seeing it. And many people were in the comments saying like, oh, we're all this man in somebody's photo albums. Or like, yes, I've made best friends with the rando at a party too. This is so funny. Blah, blah, blah. And then this morning, I'm still riding the high of the Stephen Robert connection. I'm like, man, this podcast is for the people. This podcast is for world peace.
It's bringing people together.
Well, wrong. So I get an email from somebody named,
Let's not say his name.
okay, well, we'll call him
The H-man.
The H-man. Okay. So I get an email from somebody calling themselves the H-man. And I was like, what is this? So I open it up and it is a very rude email. And the subject line is haters with a Z. And inside is a message that says, I am that man from your video/photo album. Why are you being such an asshole? I was a sweet kid and I'm sure I was very nice to you and your friends that night. You've got some nerve talking all that noise and then limiting comments on the post. This isn't middle school anymore. Stop it with the videos, Meagan. Peace sign. And I was like, oh my God. First of all, H-man, I would love to have more comments on our Instagram, but that's not possible because the one time that we posted about Taylor Lorenz, people came out of the woodwork to call us all the N-word. So now the comments are limited. So that's why, not because I'm afraid of catching the smoke from the H-man. Second of all, why are you threatening me? Like, what the fuck is your problem?
Also, like, is this like Dick Tracy or something? Like, you got some nerve.
Why I oughta.
Yo, it's not dope to be a haters. You've got some nerve, Missy.
He's like literally shaking his fist at me as he types it out.
There's a strange contrast in the cultural tone.
It was crazy. So I wrote him back and I was like, no offense intended. It was just a lighthearted video. We thought it was funny that you were in her photo album since we don't know you and haven't seen you since. But I genuinely hope you're doing well. And then I archived the video and told him that I had archived it because he was offended. And then he never wrote me back.
And you said, sincerely, Meagan the asshole.
I did say that. I did say, Meagan the asshole. It's like, no one was even talking about you, really, at the end of the day.
It could have been anyone. The joke is, there's a stranger in my photo album.
Yes, and as the commenters pointed out, I'm sure I am that person in someone else's photo album. I'm sure they're like, who is that lady? It's me. Some random lady.
Right.
It's the MHM man.
If you felt like we were making fun of you for something, like, look at this ugly man. Look at the pictures again. We're ugly. We were all ugly. It was 2002.
It's photographic proof that we all looked like shit. And by the way, nobody was saying that. I wrote it back and I was like, clearly you were very nice.
Yeah.
Clearly you were very friendly. Look how happy we all look in the photos. I mentioned that in the video.
All we described you as was being an instant best friend in the night in 2002.
Sorry for offending you, H-man.
This highlighted for me a really important difference in our temperaments, which I love. I saw this email this morning. It has ruined my day. I have felt a deep dread in the pit of my stomach. I've been anxious all day. I absolutely cannot handle the feeling of someone being mad at me.
Yeah.
Even if it's H-man who I don't know and who all I said about was, "You're in my photo album. I hope you don't mind."
Yeah, which I guess is one of the most egregious things you can say to H-man.
I've been fixating on this. I've been spinning. I've been turning this over in my head all day long. Like, did I do something wrong to H-man? Was this mean?
No.
Like, of course there is some kind of a subtext probably of like posting a video of someone and laughing. You know, I can understand why that would feel mean. But truly, that was not the joke. The joke was about, like, what were we doing?
Yeah.
Like, really? Anyway, Seattle is a small town.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that people that we know immediately identified this man and then sent it to him, narcs.
Thanks for nothing. Guess what? He didn't like it.
He did not like it. And the part where he's like, I was a nice kid, made me feel like, you know, maybe he has some baggage around people assuming that he wasn't a nice kid. I don't know. It felt like a little bit of sensitivity, like projection. I don't know. So I've just been feeling horrible all day. And then I kept thinking, I know that Meagan is over at her house and she's just annoyed. That
Yeah. I was so annoyed. Well, I was pissed off. I was like, shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Like, it was so annoying. Everything you said is right, you know. And who knows how I'd react if somebody posted a video like that where they're like, look at this lady in my photo album. And it was me. Although, if I had to guess, I would think it was pretty funny. But I was aggravated because I was like, you didn't listen to it. You didn't engage with this at all. You're just like angry. You're threatening me now over email. You're calling me names. It's like, I didn't call you anything and you're calling me an asshole.
Right.
You know, like I was like, fuck this. And then in my house, I thought, well, what would Lindy want me to do? Because I'm keen to leave it and never respond to this email. And then I was like, I bet Lindy would want me to delete the video and try to make things right with H-man. So that's what I did. I deleted the video and I was like, dear H-man. Actually, I didn't apologize.
You didn't say sorry.
But I did say, I'll take it down. So that's what I did do. But I was kind of going through the same thing where I was like, I bet Lindy's in a tizzy over this email. And I'm just like angrily walking on my treadmill like, fucking H-man.
I was so surprised that you took it down. I was like, wow, that is not like Meagan. So I'm racked with guilt. I hate having hurt someone's feelings, even if it was sort of taken the wrong way and it was not deliberate. I don't ever want anyone to think that I'm making fun of them if they haven't like done something evil.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking about my own life and the things that people have said to me on the internet that I just am expected to roll with. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, man, grow up. Sorry. Have 14,000 comedians ever emailed you to say that you're a fat piggy and they're going to cut you up with an electric knife? And
that they literally wish you were dead? Did that happen to you, H-man?
Did that happen to you?
Did you have to limit comments on your Instagram because you made the mistake of interviewing a single woman that MAGA doesn't like and then everyone called you the N-word? Has that ever happened to you?
I don't know, man. It seems kind of benign.
So those are our tidings. It's been a really crazy week of making connections. But I do want to say one last thing about the H-man stuff, which is, once again, undefeated in solving a mystery. Because the question on the table was, who is this man? And we got an answer. Within 12 hours, we got an answer to that question. Text Me Back podcast, Mystery Solving Inc., undefeated 3 for 3.
Yep. We didn't even have to call a private eye on this one.
Nope.
The mystery came to us and solved itself.
Another Text Me Back victory. right, we are bringing back a beloved segment that we called 2 Minutes Hate. And then it turns out the algorithm doesn't like it when you post videos that are longer than 90 seconds. So we are shortening 2 Minutes Hate to 1 Minute Hate. And a long time ago, back in the KUOW days, we asked the Text Me Backolytes to text us things that they wanted us to hate on, and we have revived that list of hated items, and we're going to get into it today.
I'm going to kick us off. They didn't leave their name, but they want to hear a 1 minute hate about people who take a fraction of a donut at the office from the donut box. They say, I don't want to go pick a donut out of the box and all of them have already been touched. Sometimes that means there are not any whole donuts left. One time someone took only a quarter of a donut and it was like someone took a bite out of it and put it back. And this is a very stupid spin on diet culture. So that was this person's perspective. I have my own things to say about taking a knife and cutting a small part off of each donut.
Okay, I'm going to start the timer for 1 minute hate. Get ready. In 3, 2, 1, hate!
Okay, so I have a difficult and complicated relationship with this suggestion because I both hate this and I am a person that does this. I am the culprit and the victim. And what I want to say is that the reason that I do this is not to participate in diet culture. It's because I love yummy donuts and I often want to try all of the donuts. Although now that I'm saying that, I think that I'm lying. I think I'm telling a lie. I think that I'm not initiating the diet culture, but I do think that I am participating in the diet culture because because that is, okay, so as the victim of this is what I hate about it. It makes me feel like I can't take a whole donut. And because it makes me self-conscious because obviously other people are just having little baby nibbles. And I lied twice because I also, at the beginning, I said I like yummy donuts and I want to try them all. You know what? I actually only like glazed old fashions or apple fritters. So sorry. And the implication that I can't have an entire glazed old fashioned is offensive. It's hurtful and I don't appreciate it. And it's evil and it should be illegal and it's bad.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Beautiful. You got that right off your chest. Well done.
Yeah, I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent to almost all donuts, except for the glazed old fashioned and the apple fritter. Those are two kings. Also, that buttermilk bar from La Fine's.
Oh, La Fine's. God. Is that place still open? If you live in Bellingham, will you let us know if that place is still open? God, that place is so good. So good. Okay, my 1 minute hate comes from Mara in Burlington, Vermont. She wants to talk about people who do not share the sidewalk, which is one of my top most hated things that has ever happened in the history of humanity. She says, sidewalks are made to be 2 people wide in most places. Facts. That means if you are walking side by side with your bestie and another pedestrian is coming the other direction solo, the onus is on you to go single file to allow a jostle-free passing of your fellow human. This is so true, Mara, and I hate when people do not follow this rule. So this is what I'm going to rant about for 1 whole minute.
Okay, ready, set, go.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? There are not 2 people in this city. There are millions of people in this city. You don't get to have the whole sidewalk for just you and your one single friend. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to walk. And you were like, oh, look at me. I'm 2. We're 2 people. You can't get past us. I have to go on the road? I have to risk my life? Because you don't know about falling back? You don't know about single file? You never learned that? You didn't learn that in elementary school about single file? Now I'm in the street? You know what's even worse? When it's 4 people. Sometimes it'll be 4 people deep and they look at you like you're crazy if you don't walk into the road. That's sociopathic behavior and you deserve prison if you do not go single file. If you are more than a single person walking on the sidewalk, that is crazy. The only time that this is acceptable is if you are walking your little baby or something, you've got like a unwieldy stroller, sure, I'll walk on the road. Your life is challenging. You have to keep another human being alive. Sure, I get it. But anybody else? I'm not walking to the street for you anymore.
Can I add on to that? I was thinking about something. I even think, and maybe this makes me a Miss Manners, etiquette police, but I even think that a human being, if you are walking side by side on a sidewalk, I think that a good person has a responsibility as part of society to occasionally check back over their shoulder to see if someone is coming up behind them faster than them.
It is crazy how little awareness other people have that other people exist. And it's very common among Caucasians, usually men, but a lot of white women do this too. They just have no spatial awareness of what's going on around them at all. Whereas I was raised to constantly be like, am I standing in the wrong place? Am I blocking someone's egress? I'm looking around constantly. Meanwhile, I'm in a coffee shop and like 7 white people are just blocking every door. It's like, what? Who are your parents?
2 white women will chit chat in the doorway of the coffee shop for an hour.
Yes, it's unbelievable.
I admire the commitment to best friendship, but move it to the side. Just take one step over.
At the end of the day, all I'm asking anybody to do is scooch. Just scooch. Just scooch over. I'm talking 2 inches, babe.
Green light to scooch.
Scooch, scooch, scooch.
Simon says scooch.
Thank you, honey. Okay, that was mine. Now, you have another?
Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
Somebody wrote in because they wanted us to do a 1-minute hate on raw onions.
Oh,
Unfortunately for that person, we both love raw onions.
I do. Okay, I want to do 1 minute's love on raw onions.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, love!
Raw onions are good. Here's where I like a raw onion. Chopped up very, very small on a McDonald's cheeseburger. Very, very small. What if you chopped up very, very small? You put it on McDonald's cheeseburger, although we do divest from McDonald's at this moment. But we do like to chop an onion very, very small. And we eat it. It mixes with the ketchup. Okay. Also, who are you? Scott Conant? Here's something very unfair. On Chopped, the judge, Scott Conant, who's supposed to be a judge, he's supposed to be committed to fairness. He does not like a raw onion, and he will give people points off if they use a raw onion, even when it is appropriate in something such as a sort of a pasta salad, like a thinly sliced red or purple onion, and with an olive based pasta salad, a yummy salad with feta and cheese and a little raw onion. That's good, Scott. Scott, you can't punish people for using a raw onion, which is a perfectly legitimate ingredient, just because you have a little baby mouth, Scott. Okay. In addition, it is good, and I put it on. I will have it in a salad. I will put it anywhere.
And scene. Is this a good time for me to do my impression of Ted, the host of Chopped?
Yep.
What's his name? Ted? I'm Ted Allen. Here's my impression of Ted Allen. Coach Debbie, you've been chopped.
Do you think Ted Allen is the richest of the original Fab Five?
I think Carson's pretty close, because Carson had a whole fashion career. Now he's on Drag Race.
But Ted's been on 35 seasons of Chopped.
Ted is pulling in that Chopped residuals cash.
Right?
Because I think the Food Network really at this point only shows old episodes of Chopped and diners, drive-ins, and dives. And that's it.
Here's the thing about Chopped. I feel like it's been supplanted by Beat Bobby Flay, which
oh my God,
is an inferior product in certain ways, although I will watch it for days.
This is not a formal 1-minute hate, but I fucking hate Beat Bobby Flay. I hate Beat Bobby Flay. First of all, I hate Bobby Flay, period. That guy sucks, and I do want him to fall down a well permanently. But I hate Beat Bobby Flay because the promise of Bobby Flay being humiliated and beaten is so tantalizing, and that's why I watch. I think maybe this will be the moment Bobby Flay will be embarrassed in front of his whole family, and I can go on with my life feeling satisfied. And these motherfuckers never beat Bobby Flay.
No.
Bobby Flay's been beaten once out of 100 times. I don't have the time for this. I hate Bobby Flay.
Okay, I have such a different take on this.
Oh, go on.
I like Bobby Flay.
Oh my God.
I think Bobby Flay, here's what I think about Bobby Flay. Bobby Flay is incredible at his job, which is chef. Bobby Flay is not a natural showman.
No.
But he is a canny businessman. Bobby Flay figured out early on, he's like, I am selling millions of burgers from being on Iron Chef. People seem to, he is playing up this villain thing. I'm glad that they got rid of his older show, which was called, I can't remember, but it was not woke. He would go to someone's Thai restaurant and be like, I can make pad Thai better than you. And then he would destroy this poor immigrant restaurant owner, whatever. So they tweaked that and turned it into Be Bobby Flay. But I like that he is super uncharismatic. He's super like awkward. Like he doesn't know how to be on TV.
Yeah.
He's not good at it.
No, he's not.
But he's really good at being a cook. And I like when people are really good at their jobs. I respect that. And I like when people are weird and awkward and uncomfortable. Bobby Flay does a pun at the end of every episode of Be Bobby Flay. And they're so stupid. And I love it so much. Like it'll be like on his way out the door after he wins, he looks into the camera as he's like strutting out and he says a pun or a rhyme that has something to do with the chosen ingredient. So if it's scallops, he'll be like, hey, I got a gallop because I won Challenge Scallop. Or he'll be like, RIP to Chef Jeff because I shelled his kitchen with a bomb.
And you like that.
It's essentially outsider art. You know what I mean? It's like, I love it. I find it fascinating. And there's the artifice on Beat Bobby Flay is amazing. Like the way that they act like everyone in the audience and also the celebrity judges have such an investment in beating Bobby Flay.
It's always like Alex Guarnaschelli being like, oh, Bobby Flay, he's the biggest dick in the world.
Yeah.
It's so
then
ridiculous.
It'll be like, it'll be Alex Guarnaschelli and like a guy from Suits. And he'll be like, I've always hated Bobby Flay and now's my chance to destroy him. It's like, I don't believe that.
I don't think you even knew who Bobby Flay was until you showed up on set.
You've always wanted to destroy Bobby Flay. And then they do this thing where while Bobby Flay's cooking, they go over and do little pranks to try to distract him. Like they'll like throw his shrimp on the floor.
Like, I hid Bobby's salt behind the other kind of salt. He'll never find it.
And then they clearly force the audience to go, ooh. Like, again, it is just bizarre. It is bizarre television. They play it for 14 hours straight. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about it. I love it. I love it.
Well, that was like a 38-minute hate about Bobby Flay.
Not from me, baby.
I hate Bobby Flay.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Meagan, if you hate Bobby Flay, you're playing right into his hands. That's just what he wants. And he's getting rich off of that. So if you really hate Bobby Flay, you should love Bobby Flay like me.
What are you talking about? How is Bobby Flay getting money from me?
Because you're beefing up his brand. The more people hate Bobby Flay, the more people want to see him beaten.
Sure. Except I don't watch the show because he never gets beaten. So it didn't work. For me, it might work for other people. I don't know.
Whatever. Meagan, guess what?
Guess what?
It's a blockbuster day for 1 Minute Hate because we have not one, but two very special guests to deliver their hatreds today. And the guests are my mom and Ahame Filet's mom, my mother-in-law.
Two moms who hate stuff.
They are here doing some yard work because it's my mom's 75th birthday and she wanted to work in the yard.
The best gift you could give Ingrid is homesteading.
And so I forced them to come up here and talk into the microphone for 1 minute each about the things that they hate. And coincidentally, because again, frickin' Kismet,
I know.
Cosmic convergence, one of the things that my mom hates most in the world is something that someone sent in to the 2 Minutes Hate party phone tip line. This comes from Cassandra from Vancouver, Washington, who has a special hatred reserved for shrimp. Cassandra says, 1, ugly. 2, bad texture. 3, always overcooked. 4, cost extra. 5, poop vein. 6, literally a water bug that we eat for some awful reason. 7, stinky. I see this come in and I'm like, I know a kindred spirit who would really vibe with the Cassandra, and her name is Ingrid West.
We have a very special guest.
Am I special?
Yes, you're special. We have a very special guest who's bringing her most hated thing to talk about. Her name is Ingrid West, and she's Lindy's mom. And she's going to do 1 minute's hate about shrimp. Is that right, Ingrid?
It's right. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
It's not my most hated, though.
Oh, okay.
It's one of my most hated.
Would you say it's like top 10, top 5?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Maybe top 5.
Top 5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start the clock, and then you just tell me everything that you hate about shrimp, and then I will tell you when we hit a minute. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Hate.
I hate shrimp. I don't hate shrimp. I mean, I shrimp are fine. Well, I mean, really, shrimp are fine for other people. Other people can enjoy shrimp, and I can look away. So when I was first introduced to the possibility of eating shrimp and the process of cleaning that gut thing out of them, pulling the black thing, I don't think it's a vein. I think it's their GI tract, isn't it?
Well, I think we call it a vein, but it really is like a poop string.
And they look exactly, and they look just like grubs to me. And I just have never ever forgotten that. And I as long as I have other things I can eat instead without starving to death, I'll do that.
Okay.
But one time in Norway, a friend and I were down at the harbor and we got shrimp right from the fishermen. And so I figured their shrimp must be really clean. And I did eat shrimp with a lot of remoulade sauce to disguise the fact that they were little grub.
That went okay?
That went okay.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
I think that's it.
Thank you, Ingrid.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on the show. You're welcome anytime.
I got it off my chest finally after all these years.
Thanks, Ingrid.
Coming up next, it's my mother-in-law. And I don't know what it is that she hates because she's a very loving person. But she's going to tell us for 1 minute about something that she cannot stand.
Oh, I had to think, outside of lima beans. But
Well, you can do lima beans.
no, I got something worse.
Okay.
Okay. I hate when an egg explodes in the microwave. I think that's it. That's the one thing I hate. Because you're putting an egg in a microwave because you want a quick breakfast, right? And then all of a sudden you hear this boom and the whole microwave is shaking. And then you open it up and it's half cooked egg everywhere and then half yolk, just like slathered. And you realize you've got a 30-minute thing you're going to have to do to clean it up. And it was supposed to be quick in the first. So I hate it.
You have 20 seconds left to talk about lima beans.
Well, lima beans are basically noogies in a green sack. That's just... I hate them. Am I done?
No, you got 8 more seconds.
Oh, jeez. Used to put ketchup on them. My mom would make me eat them. And,
That was amazing. By the way, I hate both those things too.
They shouldn't be.
Thanks, Sue. All right, another successful 1 minute hate that was briefly derailed by my actual hatred of Bobby Flay and then a brief best friendship disagreement about whether or not he sucks. Weigh in. Do you hate Bobby Flay? Do you have other things that you hate that you would like to share with us? Please text or call the Best Friend Party phone at 703-829-0003. And we might play your voicemail. We might read your texts on the show. We love to hear from you guys.
We love it.
So fun, dude. I love it. So let us know how you feel. Keep in touch. KIT. Lilas. Bye.
like on this show, it's introducing a new segment and then never doing it again.
That's correct.
I think especially early on in the show, we were introducing segments right and left.
Every hour on the hour, a new segment. I don't remember any of them.
But it's great, actually, because now that we're independent and we don't have any producers reminding us to plan the podcast, if we don't have anything to talk about, we can just look back into the archives and be like, what segments did we allow to die and then sent to the cemetery? And then we can go dig up their graves and we can reanimate them because we didn't padlock the toe of these segments.
No, we sure didn't. Excellent callback, by the way. We're going to do necromancy on these segments.
And if you don't know what it means to padlock the toe of a dead segment from the cemetery, you're going to have to go back and listen to our entire archive because I don't remember what episode that's in.
I think it's our very first episode.
Yeah, Vampire Boy.
You know what? You don't even have to listen to it. Just hit play and then mute. Just let it play.
Even if you know the reference exactly, please go listen to our old episodes over and over and over so that we can get some advertisers. Thank you.
Please. Please.
Please.
Please.
Please. Please. Speaking of old references and inside jokes, someone on the Discord was like, I forget who Kayak Dad is. Can someone make a Text Me Back inside joke lore wiki? And if you would like to be in charge of creating the Text Me Bicky, hop on it, please. You have our blessing.
Do it. If you start it and send it to us, we'll send you a signed poster.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll make you a button.
You can have this eyebrow pencil.
You can have the rest of Lindy's mini M&Ms.
Yeah.
You know?
You can have half a can of Coke Zero with, I don't know, Iron Man on the cover. The cover.
On the cover. Make our Wikipedia page and we'll send you some presents.
Text Me Bicky.
Which segment are we bringing back from the dead today?
We've only done this once, I think, but it was legendary. The segment is called I Can Fix Her. And it's about shopping. It's about those moments when you look at yourself in the mirror and you think, I can fix her. And the solution is whatever product you were most recently served in a targeted ad.
That's correct. Buying little items, buying a little bit of this, a little bit of that, having a person bring it to your house and leave it just for you in your mailbox, on your porch, little chomp, 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 chomp.
Yum, 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 yum. So I'm going to go first. I have recently bought a couple of little items. Now, I have a problem called It Happened to Me, I downloaded the Anthropologie app. And this is a problem for several reasons. There's a lot of little things on there that I would like to buy and have.
One thing you never want to do is click on the little like home and then the little nicky knackies. You don't want to go in there. It's going to be a little ceramic bird salt and pepper shaker, the cutest little one you ever saw. It's going to be a lot of that. Yeah.
Megan, one time I went in there, I came out with a decorative gold snail, and the snail's shell was a crystal ball.
Yes.
And then I put it on my windowsill, and then it created a powerful magnifying device that almost burned the house down.
That snail costs $450.
They should put a warning on the snail. Literally, I have a picture of it somewhere. I'll find it. It burned a black on my window frame.
Oh my God.
Created a laser beam from the sun's power. It concentrated the rays and it charred the window frame.
Okay, well, so, Kevin Anthropologie, if you're listening, can you send us some money to fix that?
I had to throw it in the garbage because I was like, it would not even be responsible of me to send this to Goodwill because the next person isn't going to know.
They won't know
that this snail is a murderer.
Yeah. As an arsonist.
Yeah. This snail tried to kill me, Megan.
That's the next investigation discovery show. My Anthropologie snail burned down my house and killed my family.
I guarantee you I'm not the only one. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. And so like first I put a cloth over it for like a year because I'm avoidant. And I'm like, what do I do with this beautiful crystal ball?
You couldn't just put it somewhere that doesn't get direct sunlight?
It's not safe. I don't know. I had to throw it away. But that's part of my problem with the Anthropologie app is that I almost burned my house down. The other part of my problem is that I know that this is an evil company. Like I know that it's the same company as Urban Outfitters, that it's owned by like really, really bad right-wing demons. Mm-hmm. But they got the little trinkets.
And they got the little items.
They got the items. So, obviously, I would rather go to the flea market and buy an antique little craft from a little lady. Sometimes, if I've got the bad feelings, I have to lie in the bed and I have to look at the sale items and I have to click buy on the little items.
That's what the doctor said.
That's what will fix me is the problem.
Yeah.
So
that's what the pharmacist said instead of giving you medicine. He said, lay in your bed and buy some little items.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And he said, actually, it's okay because Megan used to work for Urban Outfitters.
That's what he said.
And so we did, it's sort of like carbon offset where we stole so much from Urban Outfitters.
Oh, what are you talking about? What a crazy joke to say that's not based in reality at all. Lindy.
It's not stealing if it's broken and it has a sticker on it that says broken as is, $1.
Who would do that? You say the craziest stuff.
Look, all I'm saying is that one time, coincidentally, at the Urban Outfitters where Meagan worked, there was a record player that was defective and it was marked down to $1 and I bought it.
I didn't have anything to do. Who would...
It's not your fault that the record player was defective. It was the craziest thing happened is when I got it home, it worked.
Well, you took it to a place and got it fixed, of course.
Exactly, because I took it to the repairman.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I think it's not okay for me to buy items. I know I need to delete this app, but this item that I recently purchased is the item that's going to fix me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as previously stated, my office is up in this beautiful little attic, cozy attic, which I am lining every available inch of space with a little trinket.
It's so great. It's such a great space to fill with little trinkets because there's so many little built-in shelves, little beams, little places, so many little areas to put little things. If you have the area and there's no little thingy on it, then that's bad for your long-term health. If there's no little thingy on there.
And if something is on sale, it's like they're paying you to buy it. So they're having a home goods super sale on the Anthro app the other day. And I saw this little number. I'm going to show it to you right now and I'm going to describe it for the listeners. It's a candlestick.
Oh,
Meagan.
She's precious.
It's a precious, delicate little glass candlestick. It is so cute. It is made of clear glass, but in various colors. So the base is sort of like a little bell. It's pink and it's sort of fluted. Then it has a little green bulb. And then it has a clear glass bulb. And then it has where you stick the candle in it's for taper candles. It's a sort of a beautiful dandelion yellow. It's the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life. Do I have any taper candles? No. Do I burn taper candles? No. Who cares? This is the secret to it all for me.
I think what's going to happen is you're going to get some tapered candles, you're going to burn them, and then problems? You don't know her. No more problems.
Bibbity, bobbity, bye-bye.
Bye-bye problems.
It has the vibe of a magic wand.
It really does.
Ooh, I almost dropped it.
Oh my God. That would have led to a literal mental breakdown.
And Meagan, this candlestick, it was marked down from like $69.99 to
$59.99.
No, it was a real super sale. It was marked down from like $60 to $16.
I've been eyeing this lamp for forever. Actually, maybe I'll check after we're done recording today. It's a lamp that is a bronze hand and arm, and the fingers hold the light bulb. This fucker is like $600, this lamp. And I'm like, one day I'm going to black out and buy 2 of them. I don't give a shit. I want that haunted lamp. Literally, if I bought that lamp, I would no longer need Lexapro. My ADHD would clear up. I would probably start using a planner. I would be prepared for our podcast recordings. That lamp would restore voting rights across the land for all. It would expand the Supreme Court. You know? That's what I think.
I do know. I do know. And it's true. It's indubitable. It's indisputable. I have to have delicate little thingies or else I'll die.
Literally.
What's yours, Meagan?
Mine's kind of embarrassing. And I actually feel like this is a little bit of an emotional journey for me. Like all dumb 40-year-old bitches, I need to drink more water.
Gross.
And like you, my algorithm had been serving me these videos of these weird women who are obsessed with making little tinctures in their in their Stanley water bottles.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I hope that the end of the story is that you become one of those weird women, because nothing makes me laugh more than when the women do like the seasonal
oh my God
themed waters. Like the woman where she was like, I'm going to make Grinch water.
For Halloween, or Christmas or whatever. Yeah.
She's like, okay, today's water is Grinch water. And then she makes like a green sludge with like a white ribbon of no sugar Cool Whip or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, so just really quick on the water women. So they get these little water flavorings. It's no different than like Crystal Light in our youth. Our moms were obsessed with Crystal Light and those sorts of like powders that you would put into water. It's like a diet culture thing. So these water women, they have all different kind of flavors. They're constantly like mixing little flavors to be like, it tastes just like Diet Coke. And of course it doesn't. But you know, they're mixing lemon and lime and like some sort of Mai Tai water powder flavoring. Really critically, they're obsessed with special ice. And we've talked about this before. Like they have special ice makers that make the good tiny pebble ice.
Another key detail of the water powders is that a lot of them will be like Starburst flavored or like Jolly Rancher flavored.
Yeah.
You know? This is the white mystery airhead flavor.
Yeah. And they all put them in these enormous Stanleys, these water bottles that are huge and they have a straw. And white women in particular are obsessed with these things. Stanley's coming out with like seasonal Stanleys or like limited edition Stanleys. And it's like Beanie Babies. People are lining up for hours to get these special Stanley cups. And you know what I realize about myself is that I fundamentally am a hater. To my core, I find everyone to be deeply embarrassing. I'm trying to become more of a person that is just happy for you. You're doing something I don't really like, but I'm happy for you. Let people like what they like.
I gotta say, you were kind of mean to me when I, couple of times. You're kind of mean to me when I tried to get you to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you were kind of mean to me when I said I wanted to do a segment on this show where I tried to figure out how to get into anime. And you bullied me both times because you don't like it when people like stuff that you don't like.
It's just that's so stupid.
And dare I say, maybe H-Man was right.
Oh my God. Now you're taking H-Man? Is this Text Me Back with Lindy and H-Man?
All I'm saying is haters with a Z.
Damn. Anyway, I am a hater, although I don't think I was hating on H-Man. Anyways, so of course I'm watching this water women situation being like, God, these women are fucking stupid. And I was like, I would never get a Stanley. They're so embarrassing. Certain type of woman is obsessed with them. And I couldn't possibly become a Stanley girl because that would be embarrassing. I couldn't possibly go along with a trend because that would be embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
But as it turns out, the only thing that will fix my life is a 40-ounce Millennium Pink Stanley. And I'm obsessed with this fucking thing. It keeps the water cold for 12 hours, dude. The ice doesn't melt. It stays cold. I always get very thirsty in the night and it's right there waiting for me, my little emotional support Stanley. I've not gotten into water powder mixing and I won't. That's the MHM guarantee. I'm not getting into that. But this bad boy, I love her. She's so cute.
She's so cute.
I put my little Sub Pop sticker on the back because we like to put stickers on our little items. And it was just, you know what really got me there, really pushed me over the edge, was I was in a meeting with a man, and the man was making fun of women who get Stanleys and put little cute stickers on their Stanleys. And I was like, fuck you. And so I went and bought one. I was like, no. Now I feel like this is a feminism issue.
Yeah.
And I will be purchasing a Stanley and I will be putting my little sticker on it. That's my little item. And you know what? My life has completely changed. I'm hydrated. My brain is cured.
I can tell, Meagan. And this is a really powerful lesson for you to have learned. If the Stanley has changed your life this much, imagine how much your life might be changed by 2 pumps of the sugar-free cotton candy syrup.
I thought you were going to say by getting into anime.
I didn't say that you have to get into anime. The idea was that I try to tell you about an anime that I watched and then you make fun of me and you didn't even want to do that.
That's not what happened. And also, I don't think that is what you want because 2 seconds ago, you were like, you bullied me when I said I wanted to get into anime. And now you're saying you want the segment to be that I bully you for getting into anime.
I don't want you to bully me off the air. I want you to, in our friendship, I want you to bully me on the air for content. It's funny.
I want you to bully me for money. Yes. I'm calling CPS.
I think it would be so funny if I tried to explain to you what happened in the anime that I watched.
The only person I want to talk to about anime is Megan the Stallion. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your number one Megan is into anime and you can't listen to me talk about anime? First of all, I don't know anything about anime. Like I have to start from scratch and do the research. I just feel like there's a whole universe of lore here.
Is Airbender not anime?
No, it's American. It's a tribute. It's essentially like 2 American guys wanted to make something that had the vibe. I don't want to get into it because that's actually really personal for me.
It's not important.
Don't understand what your fucking problem is.
I told you that I thought it was very delightful, and I get why people love it so much.
The individual episodes are cute and delightful. The build over the whole arc of all the seasons and getting to the end and then watching Legend of Korra is such an epic, emotional, beautiful experience. And like incredible writing, but that's such a commitment. I can't expect someone else to like, if it's not tickling your pickle, then I can't expect you to do that. That's fine.
I found it to be very pleasant and I didn't regret watching it at all. I thought it was very nice.
I feel like you don't watch cartoons.
No, I do not.
Also, I don't really think that you bullied me and I like it that you don't like all the stuff that I like. I think it's funny. I'm not actually mad.
Well, listen, I don't think we need to do this segment again because we're fixed. You bought your little item. I bought my little item. Brains clear. Psychiatrist fired.
Megan, do you want to know a secret? I actually bought 3 things from Anthropologie on this sale.
What else did you get?
I got another candlestick, and then I got a little tray to set the candlesticks on. and the candle supplies. I haven't opened those other 2 boxes yet, so I don't even remember what they look like. And also, yesterday, 2 boxes arrived from Etsy. I don't remember what those are either.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. That's so thrilling.
What if we did an unboxing on Text Me Back After Dark?
If you want access to this exclusive content, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/textmebackpod. I just like to say one quick thing, which is there is nothing on this earth more thrilling than getting an item to place your items on.
Yeah.
Stop. Love it.
Yeah.
Love
Rats.
it. Rats. All right. Good job.
Thanks.
Told everyone that I'm a thief.
I was the beneficiary of the thieving.
That's satire.
I just don't want you to get disbarred.
You have to do so much bad stuff to get disbarred. Like, it took forever for them to disbar Rudy Giuliani, and he tried to overthrow the government.
Also, I think the statute of limitations on shoplifting is up.
If somebody on this podcast theoretically had done that, I think they're safe now.
Well, Meagan.
Well, Lindy. Another podcast down the podcast chute.
Another podcast down the shitter.
Down the toilet? Hello?
We did another one, and I think this one was really good too.
I know. We do say every week that whatever episode we just recorded is our best one yet.
Yeah.
But it is always true, though.
It's always true. I always laugh when you say, should we do another one or should we go out on top?
Well, should we?
Let's do another one.
Yeah, let's do another one. We have a little bit of money in the bank still. We can keep paying our bills for a while. It's good. This was a really fun episode. We're going to be back next week with some more weird stuff. I don't know. If you have some sort of weird cosmic connection to our podcast, let us know. Text or call the Best Friend Party phone, 703-829-0003.
And if you're H-Man, I am sorry to this man. Megan's not.
I'm not really. I'm sorry that I put you in your feelings. I hate to disappoint a person, but really finding that photo of you in that photo album brought us an immense amount of joy. And then your message to me ruined the joy I felt about rediscovering your existence. So thank you for nothing, H-Man.
If you would like to be a character witness for H-Man and tell us why we should forgive H-Man for calling Megan an asshole, send us a voicemail at
Give us a call.
Pod Tax. Oof.
The O's are zeros.
That's
703-829-0003. The O's are zeros. Oof. And support us, please. And I think I already said this, but just to reiterate, we do not have any revenue for the show. We rely exclusively on Patreon subscriptions. So please support us. Patreon.com/textmebackpod. We just launched our $1 tier if you want to support the show. But, you're going through something. We all have been there, but you want the show to keep existing. You don't need any of the goodies. The $1 tier is just for you. It's the Donkey Fight Club tier. And every dollar will be set aside to buy Lindy a cougar fighting donkey. So make sure you sign up today.
to protect my baby boy bear rolled.
And the pig that we're going to buy you.
Yes.
With the Patreon money as well. So yeah, thanks. We'll be back next week. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Maybe I need to get rid of a few of my little items to make room for more little items. And then I could send some of the little items to the Text Me Backolite who creates Text Me Bicky.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Mm-hmm. Fart gas.
See you next week. Besties.
Later. Thank you so much for listening to Text Me Back. If you like the show, please tell your best friend about us. Be sure to rate and review us. It helps people find the show. And most importantly, please support our Patreon so we can keep making this. It's patreon.com/textmebackpod. Text Me Back is a production of Megan and Lindy, proud members of the BFF Network. Our senior producer is Lindy West. Our other senior producer is Megan Hatcher-Mays. Our editor is, you guessed it, Lindy West.
Diana Bowen is our video and creative wizard. Our production team includes Lindy West, Megan Hatcher-Mays, our loves, our anxieties, and our fears.
Our music and mixing is by Chief Ahamefule J. Oluo.
Special thanks to our perfect angels, Jeannie Yandel, Brandy Fullwood, and Isolde Raftery.
I'm Lindy West.
And I'm Megan Hatcher-Mays. See you next week. Mwah!